Alrighty.
Welcome
to a very, very, very different episode. This is the emergency episode. This is just me and Tucker because Patrick's on vacation and everything's falling apart and there's just way too much news to cover.
And E3 has just started while we're recording this.
E3
Ubisoft Forward is going on right now.
It's going on as we are recording. The whole Summer of Games event was yesterday. WWDC was Monday.
I've been gone all week.
Tucker was gone all week because he was on a camping trip. So things is falling apart.
So this is like the emergency get everything through episode before E3 it hits and everything else happens.
So this is Netflix also had a conference where they announced a bunch of new shows and stuff. So this is just the like, oh my god, we're gonna die if we don't make an episode right now so we don't completely drown next episode. Okay,
so
all that out of the way,
let's start with gaming. We're gonna try to speed run this as fast as we can because there's about 9 pages worth of news in the past week.
Yeah, and some of this, like the reviews and stuff for Loki and all that stuff, that's coming. That'll be in the next episode. We don't have time for that this week, and Patrick's not here, and I know he wants to do the reviews and stuff. So that's all going to be in the next episode, which is either going to be later this week when Patrick gets back or next week. There also might be a collab with a special guest coming out this week too. We'll see how that goes, depending on scheduling. That might not happen, but we'll do our best. Anyways, all that out of the way, let's get into some gaming news. Boys and girls, I keep clapping and messing up the zoom on my camera, but it's fine.
All right, let's start off with some Nintendo, some pre-E3 Nintendo news. First, they announced when their Direct will be, which is June 15th, which I believe is Tuesday. It's always the last day of E3 when they do their Direct. They said it's going to be 40 minutes focusing on software coming out throughout this year, and will be followed by nearly 3 hours of Treehouse Live, which is pretty normal for them. Treehouse Live usually lasts a couple of days because E3's online this year and everything's different, it's just going to be 1 day of Treehouse Live. Yeah. Which makes sense. Obviously, the Direct...
I'm going to hold this mic up here like this so it doesn't pick up you as much. There's my pop filter. You keep talking.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah. So that's... Nintendo is at E3 this year, as everyone suspected, as they said. So, next up, Pokemon is reportedly having their best year ever.
Yeah, so they beat out 2016 by a solid $20 million.
That's pretty good.
They are killing it this year. I assume this is mostly because of the cards and everything just kind of went nuts this year.
And I know Pokemon Go is making a lot of money.
Yeah, so they're just making absolute bank.
Yes, the cards are selling out everywhere, so that makes sense.
What else? Yeah. Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope was leaked by Nintendo right before it was announced during the presentation that we're missing to record this. So I don't think this really matters all that much. It's Mario plus Rabbids. No one really cares.
Mario plus Rabbids 2. The first one was, of course, very well received.
It was one of the 3 games on the Switch when it first launched.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited for this. I never played Mario and Rabbids, the first one, the Kingdom Battle. So I'll go back and play this before this one comes out next year, which is what they said. Obviously, Sparks of Hope, and there was Rabbid Rosalina was on the image release.
So they'll have some new characters.
So Rosalina will probably be in the game. So next up, Fortnite.
Yeah, Fortnite. We got a ton of news for Fortnite. So
Weekly Fortnite news.
Weekly Fortnite news. News, Morty. No, Morty, we got the news this week, Morty. And you'll know why I'm doing the Rick voice, because Rick is in Fortnite now, because we live in parody world. Yeah, so in the new season, aliens invade. They blow up the 0 point, which I thought would like end the world, but I guess not. And then aliens invade, and then Superman is also there.
As you do.
And that's the new season. Aliens. Superman, aliens, Rick and Morty. It's everything you ever wanted.
Although Superman won't be in the game for another 2 months.
Yeah, he's not coming out for... Last time I played, it said 62 days, which was like a few days ago, so it's probably like 59 days now or something.
So that's pretty neat.
Pokemon we already talked about.
Summer Games Fest.
Summer Games Fest. So, what's the CEO guy who runs Summer Games Fest's name?
Is it Jeff Neely? I think runs it.
Yeah, Jeff Neely.
The guy who does.
Yeah. Oh,
Game
by
Awards.
the way, for the next, I believe it's 2 days, you can get a Jeff Neely mask in Among Us if you log on and watch 15 minutes of their whatever it is that they're doing. It's an item so rare that people have been kicked out of Among Us games because they thought they were hacking when they had that item. Anyways, Summer Games Fest is going on. We have stupid amounts of announcements. So starting off, we have Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. It's from Software 2K. It is a high fantasy looter shooter. It's a is it a spin-off? It's either a spin-off of Borderlands or it's like its own thing. They weren't really clear on which one it was, but it is in the same art style.
I believe 2K does make Borderlands.
They do.
So yeah, it's probably
the same art style.
It's probably spin-off.
But the voice actress for Tiny Tina was like, no, this is its own new thing. And I was like, okay, well, if you say so.
It's probably one of those things where it's a spin-off, but they're like, no, guys, this would stand on its own.
Yeah. All right, next up, they did an interview with Kojima, the creator of
Death Stranding and
Metal Gear. He talked about how COVID affected, game development and a bit else about his like creative process, stuff like that. And then they did this really bizarre trailer for the Death Stranding director's cut, which
everyone wanted.
Everyone needs, of course. The 7-hour-long cutscene just wasn't enough for some people. So it wasn't bizarre in the same way the Death Stranding trailer was bizarre, where it was just like weird imagery no one really understands.
So Death Stranding.
This one was bizarre because it's in-game footage. It's all in-game, or at least some of it is. I don't know. But basically the character picks a box off a shelf, puts it on the ground, upside down, like the box is face down, so like Solid Snake, and he just looks at the box for a minute, flips it around, jumps in the box, hides and ducks in the box for like a minute.
Like Metal Gear.
No, but like the other way around. Like the box is facing up, so he's just sitting in it. Then he gets out of the box, jumps back out of the box, and puts it back on the shelf. That was the reveal trailer for that game.
I can't wait to pay $70 for it.
So yeah, that's a thing. Yeah.
I don't know what that means at all.
They promised a full reveal next week, so we'll see more about that
probably
in the next episode.
Xbox.
Jeff
maybe?
Goldblum delivers the announcement for Jurassic World Evolution 2 while either high out of his mind or just very Jeff Goldblum. I haven't decided which, but
probably just very.
He was having like a stroke or something during this. He was talking like nonsense words, but yeah. So I get what even is Jurassic World Evolution? I thought that was a mobile game.
I think it is.
Is it a console game?
I think it's
whatever. The second one's coming out. There was an announcement for this game called Sable, which is like Breath of the Wild, but like if it was a Dr. Seuss art style, but like took place in feudal Japan.
That's
and it was announced by what they said was a band, but it was just one girl named Japanese Breakfast. She was just like singing like a song while it was like the trailer was playing behind her. So that's a thing. Lost Ark was announced, which is produced by Amazon Games, and it looks crazy. Just go watch the trailer. That game looks kind of insane. Just go check that out. It's like a high fantasy type game. But it's like, it looks like it has like several hundred people PvP, which is nuts or something. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on in the trailer. Just look it up. It looks pretty crazy. Also, if you have Amazon Prime, go to Amazon Prime's games website. You get Battlefield 4 and the Batman Telltale games for free.
Oh, really?
So just go check that out if you have that. They also have some free skins for Apex if you play that game. All right, new Call of Duty season was announced. I don't play Call of Duty. I don't know anything about Call of Duty. I just know they got a new season going on.
Is it for Warzone, I'm guessing?
Yeah, same for Warzone. They got a new stuff going on. Massive update for Among Us. They have new roles, the sheriff and the scientist. They announced a bunch of new cosmetics. I have no idea. They didn't say. They just showed that they existed.
Okay.
I
think sheriff is gonna just be.
I think he's the same. He just has 2 votes. That's how it works in. That's how it works in Mafia. But I don't. They might be changing it. I'm not really sure. They added a new mode, hide and seek. So like. It's the same way that streamers play hide and seek. They just made it a game mode.
Okay, that makes sense.
And they added new cosmetics.
Of course.
So like just new hats and whatever for your little character. Salt and Sacrifice came out. It's a 2D RPG horror platformer is the best way I can describe it. You're like this guy who hunts mages, but you were dead, but now you're alive again. That's the story. It's pretty interesting. Chivalry 2 is coming out, which is a medieval 32v32 team battle game. It actually came out June 8th. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, check that out. I'm sure you already know it exists if you do find that interesting. Escape from Tarkov was announced, which is just like it's like Call of Duty, but with ray tracing, I guess. It's just a shooter game.
So an FPS with real good graphics.
Yeah, it's just an FPS with good lighting. That's what I wrote in the document anyways. There's this game coming out called 2 Point Campus, which is just like it's like a sim game, but it's like takes place on a school and you like have nights
Cool,
and stuff
moving
down
on.
there. Not very interesting. I don't really care about that game. Smite has a crossover with Stranger Things. This I thought was super weird.
What?
Yeah, so you know 11 from Stranger Things?
Yeah.
You know the Demogorgon?
Mm-hmm.
You know Smite, that game where you play as like gods and you fight other gods.
And 11's in it now?
And 11's in it now. I can't tell if she's just a skin for a character or if she is a character. Because like with the Avatar ones, they were actually new characters. I think these ones are just skins. I'm not sure yet. Look that up if that interests you.
Even so, that's weird.
I'm sure if you play the game, you already know. Hooey. And this game, I don't know how to pronounce this game, and they never said the name either, but it's like
Anacrusis?
Anacrusis. Yeah, basically you're for like high school kids, and it's like a couch well, it's not couch co-op, but it's a co-op game where you fight an endless wave of aliens until you die. So
That's kind of neat.
it looks interesting.
Like you like scavenge for weapons and stuff?
I'm not really sure. I don't know if
or
it's
is
like
it like a shooter?
I'm not sure if it's like a character based or if it's. I mean, it is a shooter, but it's like basically you're in these really low poly environments and there's just like a billion aliens and you just gotta shoot them.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that looks interesting. Rocket League F9 crossover. I don't know why this didn't happen like months ago, but that's a thing.
How does it even work?
It's Rocket League, but they just put the skin for the new cars.
But all the cars in Fast and Furious are just normal cars.
Yeah, they're just normal cars. They
That's
just look like real cars, and then they added the rocket car from their movie that has the rocket on it. Blood Hunt was not announced, but it was given a name. Apparently, it was announced before. I don't remember that. But basically, you're a vampire, and you kill people. That's the game.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. New trailer for the next Dark Pictures anthology game, which is the Until Dawn series of games, called House of Ashes. I believe it takes place. Ooh, that's a Rick reference for you Rick and Morty fans.
All the burps are just references.
Yeah, that's true. I believe it takes place in like the Vietnam War, and you're like a group of soldiers, and you fall into a temple, and then there's like creepy cicada monsters living in there. So that's the next one of those. Trailer for Tales of Arise. This game was already announced a while ago. We just got a new trailer for it. It's just the next Tales of game. It's a JRPG. Planet of Lana was announced, which is like this. It has like a watercolor sort of art style to it.
That's neat.
Where you're like this little boy with like a pet, and then like meteors crash and robots invade or something. I don't know. Overwatch. Okay, so they revealed 2 character models for Overwatch, just 2 of them.
Just 2 character models.
Yeah. One for, I don't play Overwatch, so I don't know their names, but one for the purple hacker girl has a new outfit, and some dude with a big gun and a backpack has a new character model. I don't know their names. He's just a muscly dude with a gun and a backpack. All right. Monster Hunter Stories trailer. I mean, the game's coming out in what, a few days now? When is it coming out?
Monster Hunter Stories. It's gotta be soon.
It's coming out soon, so
yeah.
New trailer makes sense. D&D Dark Alliance. We got some gameplay. Doesn't look anything like D&D. I don't know what it has to do with D&D, but it's like a.
I mean, most of the D&D stuff just uses names.
It's not like
and stuff.
It's like Dark Souls, but easier. Is how I would describe it. And it's multiplayer. Weezer announced a game called.
The band.
Yes, the band announced a game called Wave Breaks, and it just looks god awful. This was by far the worst looking game of the presentation. You're like this really like poorly animated bear, and you like surf and collect stuff. I don't even know, because the whole announcement, they were playing like a live performance, and then they projected on the wall behind them like the trailer as they were playing. So it was really hard to tell what was even going on. Anyways.
Okay.
Endless Dungeon got a trailer, which I believe is another RPG game. It's just another RPG game.
Right.
Ratchet and Clank launch live stream was announced. When does the game come out?
Like a few days.
Yeah,
right?
so the live stream
Real
is
soon.
Yeah, the live stream is on the day it comes out. So whenever that is, that's when that is.
Yeah.
John Carlo called in and talked about
Esposito.
Yeah, that's his last name. Called in to talk about Far Cry 6 and sort of what he based that character on, sort of the like mentality behind sort of the Latin American dictators, like the one famous one who's Castro, like Castro, those type of people. And then the host also asked him, out of all the villains he's played, which one do you think would win? And he said Moff Gideon, which is the correct answer. Fall Guys is having a crossover with the extremely popular JRPG. It's only popular in Japan, though. That's why you don't know what this is. Nier Autonoma, which if you've ever been on the web and you see that picture of that like girl in like a almost French maid outfit,
she's blindfolded
with the blindfold, with the black blindfold and the white hair and the big sword, she's 2B from that game. Anyway, she has a skin in not Among Us, in Fall Guys. So if you want your little minion person to have a blindfold and a white wig, you can now. So that's cool.
Sounds neat.
Oh man, my mouth is getting dry. All right. New event announced for Genshin Impact, as well as a new character. I played part of it and then forgot. The new character, obviously, the way Genshin Impact works is like the characters you get a rant, like it's like pay to what is it called? Where you pay to get it's a gacha game where you pay to draw characters.
New trailer for Back 4 Blood, which I know they're going to talk about more at E3.
Yeah, they talked a lot about that one.
Tunic, which I know was already announced a few years ago. That was the Zelda ripoff, but you're like a fox.
Yeah, it's a 2.5D puzzle exploration game.
Yeah, not too interested in that.
Tribes of Midgard looks pretty cool. It's like a survival multiplayer RPG where you play with like some of your friends and you're like Vikings and you're like trying to build a little colony, which looks pretty fun. Evil Dead gameplay was revealed.
An Evil Dead game coming out?
Also, there's an Evil Dead game coming out.
What's it called?
Evil Dead.
What's it?
I don't know what the subtitle is.
I know they're
Evil Dead.
I know they're doing another movie called Evil Dead Rise.
And he's got a helmet on and a chainsaw hand.
Are you Ash again?
Is the guy with a chainsaw hand Ash? Then yes, you're that guy.
What is the gameplay?
I wasn't paying attention for that part.
Okay.
It's an Evil Dead game. You fight zombies. You got a chainsaw for a hand. It's not a you don't got to think about it too hard. All right. And finally, we got an Elden Ring new cinematic and gameplay reveal.
Was this the last thing in the show?
Yes.
Okay.
After freaking forever. This game was announced in 2019, and the Twitter account has been completely dead for almost 3 years. And finally, we're getting some news. It has been forever. So
obviously, this is from Software and George R. Martin.
So it's gonna be cool. It looks a lot like Dark Souls.
Well, that's all from Software.
Yeah, it's from Software. So it's basically Dark Souls with more interesting story and characters. And like the enemies look creepier. It's basically what I got from it. Okay, now onto the rest of the gaming news that wasn't that. Yeah, so CD Projekt Red, before the game came out, created a bug comedy montage just among the employees for them to laugh at. So the game was so buggy, the employees were making bug montages to laugh at.
And they released the game.
Before the game came out, and then they released it. So that's just a funny thing. Also, I don't know if this is on here, but a few months ago, CD Projekt Red was hacked, and all of their source data was sold online to a third party for the Red Engine, for Witcher 2 and 3, for Cyberpunk 2077. All those source codes were sold online, and we're just starting to see some of that stuff come out. That's why we know that this exists. And Among Us character-shaped chicken nugget sells on eBay for $100,000. That's
funny.
Just something you need to know. And then Xbox announced a bunch of new games coming to Game Pass.
If you want to know these, just look it up. I'm not gonna read them all.
Yeah, the only ones I think are interesting is Ghost and Goblins Resurrection, which is cool. Elder Scrolls Online, the expansion. Apparently there's an official Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 video game, which is also on there. Cool.
The Olympic Games did not happen in 2020, nor are they happening this year.
They don't need to know that. All right. On to the TV news.
Okay. Trailers.
A lot of this stuff was also announced during Summer of Gaming, but it's gaming TV shows that they were talking about. So that was the thing.
So I'm guessing that's when the Witcher season 2 trailer came out.
Witcher season 2 trailer came out. Well, no, that was actually either today or yesterday afternoon.
The Netflix thing.
Yeah, the Netflix event.
Okay.
So
I am totally out of the loop, by the way. That's why.
Yeah, that's why Tucker's like not talking. Is because he's been out.
I have
week,
no idea what's been going on.
And I basically spent my entire week just transcribing these massive conferences for you. So you're welcome. But yeah, Witcher season 2 trailer is on Twitter. Go watch it. I'm sure it'll be good. Witcher season 1 was fine. We got a He-Man reboot trailer.
Oh yeah, the Revelations, I think it's the title from Kevin Smith.
Yeah, which I believe takes place in a world where Skeletor has already won,
yes, that
and
is the
He-Man is like fighting back, like Resistance style. It looks really cool. It was set to the "I Need a Hero" music. They changed his transformation a little bit, so now when he's like not He-Man, he's like skinny. Before he was like still muscly.
Yeah, he just put on different clothes. He put on different clothes. He put on less clothes.
Yeah, he took off his shirt. That was his transformation.
That makes sense.
I'm sure there were more trailers. I haven't actually seen the Netflix event.
Okay.
CD Projekt Red announced WitcherCon, which is scheduled for July 9th, which is a whole convention just dedicated to The Witcher. Is the new Witcher game coming out?
No, but they're probably going to announce one soon.
Because
I don't know. Came out a while ago.
Yeah, it came out in 2019, and
no, it wasn't 2019. It was before that.
Or no, that's when I got it. It came out like 2 or 3 years before that. I had a brain thunk. Yeah, so I don't know what else. I don't know what else you would talk about at a WitcherCon if you didn't have a new game to announce.
Witcher 3 came out 6 years ago.
Unless they're announcing another DLC pack, which, by the way, I have the Witcher 3 game. It is so long. I got like 75% through the main story. I haven't even started the DLCs yet, and I haven't played that game in like a year. I just was like, all right, I got all I wanted from this game. So if you want like a 300-hour game to play, go for that one. Far Cry animated series.
I think there's 2 in development. Yeah.
Why is it animated when the games are like pseudo live action?
Animation's cheaper.
Okay. Forrest Whitaker to play Saw Gerrera in the Andor Disney Plus show.
Makes sense.
Did he play him in the?
He was in Rogue One.
Okay, yeah, obvious casting.
Cuphead, the show, which was announced like 3 years ago, we've got a release date finally.
No, it's just. It's being announced.
I think there was a trailer
at the Netflix event. Yeah, there was a trailer. The trailer looks really not good though. The animation in the show is worse than the animation in the game.
Huh.
So
that's weird.
Do with that what you will.
I don't like that.
Netflix has a problem with animated shows. They just don't look good. Like Castlevania looked really good.
I mean, they probably don't.
But that was outsourced to a third-party studio.
They probably don't pay a whole lot for it.
Like God, was it Blood of Olympus or Blood of the Gods, whatever that show was called?
Blood of Olympus, I think. No,
that's the book.
Blood of Zeus.
I keep getting it mixed up with the Percy Jackson book. Basically, that show had a cool premise, but the animation was like kind of bad. And anyways, that rant aside. Blue Beetle coming to HBO Max. Blue Beetle show. Is this the new Blue Beetle or the stupid Blue Beetle?
No, this is the Blue Beetle movie.
Oh, the Blue Beetle movie's coming to HBO Max.
They're developing one. It's going to be exclusive to HBO Max. So this and the Batgirl TV show, which we talked about a few weeks ago, these are the DCEU movies that will be exclusive to HBO Max when they come out.
And is this
neither
stupid
one of them
Blue Beetle or the cool one?
What do you mean? Like the older,
the Hispanic one with the cool armor, or the regular one with the stupid gun?
I mean, my guess would be the Hispanic one.
Okay, that's the cool one. I want him. The regular one is really lame. He just has a dumb backpack and a regular gun. All right.
Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, Sam's favorite.
Totally canceled. It's gone.
Weird.
Yeah. So season 2 ended on a cliffhanger, which okay. I know this episode's gonna be hecka long, but I need to rant about this. The season finale was so dumb. So her childhood best friend gets on a plane with his new girlfriend to go to New York to open a new restaurant, right?
Yeah.
Then in the last 5 minutes, Zoe is sitting alone on a park bench in the middle of San Francisco, I think the show takes place in. And then he just walks up and is like, "Oh, I decided not to go. Also, I'm in love with you. Let's sing a song." They spent the entire season establishing over and over again that Zoe still had feelings for him, but he didn't want anything to do with her anymore, and he wanted to move on and go to New York. That was the whole season was spent with Zoe having to deal with that. And then now they're just like, actually, no, actually, we're not going to do that. Screw it. They're in love now. Forget about it. And the show got canceled, so that's fun.
That's weird. It seemed like it was doing like okay.
It was doing really well for a network TV show in 2020.
So that's weird that they wouldn't at least move it to streaming.
And they have a third season planned. Like, they had one planned, and there was a massive fan movement on Twitter the moment this was announced. Like, it was trending #1 for, like, almost the whole day until it was trending #2 for, like, the rest of the day. So, I think it'll probably get.
It's weird, because if you put that on Peacock, maybe.
No, they said it's not coming to Peacock.
Okay, NBC.
Whatever you say, pal.
Whatever you say, buddy.
Yeah, I think it'll get Snyder cutted. I think it'll eventually see its.
Yeah, it'll see its return. My guess is it was probably so expensive to get all the music license for the show.
Yeah, that's probably what the problem was. Because the actors are pretty much all relatively unknown. I don't know any of those actors from anywhere else.
Yeah, I recognize the lead from like.
She's been in something.
Something, but like
everyone else was pretty much an unknown. Friends reunion debuts on HBO Max. Awesome. Great.
Sam, did you watch the Friends reunion?
Did anyone watch the Friends reunion? I did see one clip of it on TikTok where the freaking reunion had a laugh track. Let me just point out how stupid that is.
It's not even scripted.
No, it's not even scripted. But there was this one moment, and the person on TikTok took the laugh track out, and this guy was like, basically he was like, yeah, we don't really talk anymore. We don't like text anymore. And then the other girl was like, well, me and this person text sometimes, and then it was just like dead silence. That's where the laugh track was, but without the laugh track, it's just really sad, which I just found that really funny.
That's awesome. I've seen one season of Friends.
I've seen almost the first half of an episode, but I got so annoyed by the laugh track that I couldn't make it through an episode. Disney Plus was doing an 80s spotlight on their social media. I don't even. We can skip that. On here? It's not important. Because when the week started, I was desperate for news. There was nothing being announced, and then everything was announced all at once, and so now we just have a bunch of random stuff. There was a Free Guy trailer played during the Summer Games presentation by
Did Ryan
Reynolds called in and did an announcement. He said something funny too that I actually thought was funny. Oh, he said that the movie was made so long ago that he couldn't remember who else was in it. And he said, but like, don't tell the studio I said that, which I just thought was funny. Jacksepticeye, Ninja, Pokimane, some other video game people are in it. That's just something interesting you might want to know.
Moving on to announcements.
Aquaman 2 Lost Kingdom.
Got a title. James Wan posted this on Instagram. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Now, okay, I have some questions. How does a kingdom get more lost than Atlantis? Isn't Atlantis sort of known for being the Lost Kingdom? Isn't that its whole thing? Other than like what's that one Aztec city, the City of Gold or whatever? What is that called?
El Dorado.
Other than El Dorado, is there a more lost kingdom than Atlantis in that one? Like, that's kind of the most lost a kingdom can get. Anyways, so yeah, that'll be
so I am actually interested to see what they do with Aquaman 2.
Especially because this one is like, isn't he helping write it? Isn't Jason Momoa?
Jason Momoa came up with this with the story idea.
Yeah. So
and also Aquaman doesn't have a lot of like real big comic book storylines.
No.
The main one he is a part of is the Throne of Atlantis one, which was Aquaman 1.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what they do with this. His most famous run was the Jeff Johns New 52 run with Aquaman. So my guess is they're going to lean more into that. That's the one that goes into him fighting like eco-terrorism and like the trench.
Which makes sense because he lives in the water.
Which makes sense because he's in the ocean.
But speaking of Aquaman, I don't know how to say this guy's name. Tenoch Huerta? Tenoch Huerta is rumored to be playing Namor the Sea King in Black Panther 2.
Of course, Namor being Marvel Aquaman.
Namor being a knockoff of Aquaman made by Marvel.
Namor the Submariner.
I thought it was Namor the Sea King.
Namor the Submariner.
Doesn't matter. Point is...
that was his name back in like the 60s.
Awesome.
My guess is they've changed it since then.
Yeah, but basically, Marvel's Aquaman is rumored to be in Black Panther 2.
Yeah, there was a lot of rumors.
He is cast. We just don't know who he's playing.
There was a lot of rumors that he was the main villain, so this makes sense.
It would be interesting to see the Wakandans go head to head with the Atlanteans.
Yeah,
that could be fun. Jurassic World Dominion poster was revealed, and they said an extended trailer will be in F9 theaters. So if you go to see F9 and you don't care about the movie, but you care a lot about
Jurassic
World
3.
third movie, that's for you. Doctor Strange will apparently start from scratch as they abandon the original script and take on the Loki head writer Michael Waldron. So,
hang on 1 second.
What's going on?
I'm gonna see if this is true.
You fact checking me? You don't believe my amazing journalistic prowess?
Sam, sometimes you just read clickbait articles and shut them down. So I'm just making sure here. Please.
Well, this one was from a couple different sources, so I was like, well, even if it's not true, someone thought it was true, so we might as well talk about it.
Let's see. No, okay. So no, it is not currently being reworked.
No, I think it already was.
So when Scott Derrickson left a few years ago and they brought Sam Raimi on, then it was reworked.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, it already...
So it's
this happened a while ago.
It's fine now.
But we're just now...
Just to be clear, it's fine.
Let me make sure the camera's going good. It is still recording. Okay, yeah. Another Rick reference for you guys. That was the third one.
Yeah, so Michael Waldron was the one who they took up to write it. My guess is Sam Raimi also probably helped because he likes to write his stuff too.
Alrighty, Tall Girl 2 begins filming.
How excited are you for Tall Girl 2, Sam?
I'm as excited as Tall Girl is tall, which is
very,
I guess, a regular height for a person.
Don't they say in the movie she's like 6'2"?
She's 6'2", which is
That's
like
not that hot.
It's
not
tall
that tall
for a girl, but like it's not really that tall.
No, because it's just funny in the movie because they portray her as like 9 feet taller than everyone else.
She's a giant. She's a monster. She's a menace to society. It's like no,
there are
she's like
most of the dudes in that school would be around her height or taller.
Also, the movie ends with her like putting on heels and being like, "I'm a tall girl," and she's also wearing like a Hillary Clinton suit. It just makes her look really gross.
Yeah, if you've ever seen
it's
the
like
movie
a shiny blue Hillary Clinton suit. It's the
Please, everybody goes watch the movie Tall Girl. I highly recommend.
I think it also had one of those neck frill things. You know,
it was snubbed for an Oscar.
It's a terrible movie. All right. DC League of Super Pets announces
the animated film theatrical release coming next year.
Yeah, Kevin Hart is cast as Ace the Bat Hound. What is Kevin Hart? Why is Kevin Hart in everything all of a sudden?
I don't know. Him and The Rock like
within like the last few months, he's literally been in like everything.
So obviously this is on top of the Dwayne The Rock Johnson casting we saw a few years ago. A few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, The Rock is Crypto. Kevin Hart is Ace.
Dwayne Rock Johnson.
Dwayne the Wayne. They also announced other members of the voice cast, but not who they're playing.
Keanu Reeves.
So it's Keanu Reeves, Kate McKinnon, Vanessa Bayer, John Krasinski, Diego Luna, and Natasha Lyonne.
Well, we know where the budget went.
Yeah. So my guess is that because I believe they've already announced who the pets are gonna be. Let me pull that up real quick.
Let's play match the voice to the pet game.
We know 2 of them.
If we did editing, I would put a banner here that says "Match the Pet to the
fun game to
voice
play.
game." Bam, okay, right there. Imagine it's right here.
So the other characters will be. So it's going to be Crypto, Ace the Bat Hound, Jumpa, Wonder Woman's kangaroo, and Streaky the Super Cat, who's Supergirl's cat.
Good name for a cat. Why is Dexstar not in the show?
I mean, he might be. We don't know.
I mean, his origin story is way too dark for children.
My question is, where's the Green Lantern squirrel?
Yeah, he's awesome. He's my favorite.
He could still be in it. We don't know. But so Keanu Reeves, not any of those people. My guess is Kate McKinnon is probably the kangaroo, and then Natasha Lyonne's probably the cat.
Oh, this is kind of movie news before we move on. But so you know how they made a Darth Vader book recently?
Okay, is this completely off topic?
No, it's movie related. It's Star Wars.
Okay, then we'll get to that.
No, I need to tell you about this. This is really funny.
Okay, you can do that next.
This is an awesome character.
You can do that next.
Listen.
My guess is John Krasinski is Superman.
Yeah, that's fine. Wait, are there human characters in it also?
I would assume so. I can just picture John Krasinski doing like a, "Hello, it's me, Superman" kind of voice.
Yeah.
So I could see him doing Superman, and then one of these is gonna be something related to Lex Luthor's cat.
Doesn't he have a hamster? It'd be funnier if he had a hamster. If I was making the movie, I would give him a hamster.
And I have no idea who Keanu Reeves is gonna be, but
He'll be Keanu Reeves. He'll be
he
like
should have been Ace the Bat Hound.
He'll be like he should have. He'll be like he was in SpongeBob, where he'll just be a floating
Or like
head
a
of
real
himself.
character.
Just his head. He'll just be
makes
Keanu
sense.
Reeves' head.
So DC League of Super Pets is supposed to come out in May 20th, 2022. And they also revealed the official logo.
Cool. Okay, but let me tell you about this Darth Vader thing, all right? So
Okay.
in the book, in this Darth Vader book, right? Anakin, they mistyped it.
Mm-hmm.
They said he was thinking about like the different clones he used to fight with, and they named one Sixes, which is an obvious misdo of Fives. It was supposed to be Fives that was like he was thinking about in the book. But so the people on Wikipedia went in and created this whole origin story for Sixes, this like unknown clone, and like legend has it that like he slapped he slapped Grievous in the face twice, like multiple times throughout the Clone Wars, and then did the same to Count Dooku just over the events of the Clone Wars and different circuses, ended up slapping him in the face. And then when Darth Sidious told him to execute Order 66, his chip functioned. Like, he had the inhibitor chip. He just went, "Screw you, I don't take orders from you," and decided not to comply. Not because his chip malfunctioned, but just because he didn't want to. Which I think is just awesome.
That's
I love
great.
Sixes is my new
Make
favorite.
it canon.
Oh, and the best part is they said he fought under Jedi General Bob. Which, if you don't know, is this super deep cut Star Wars inside joke. There was this Lego set in 2007 that was released with this Jedi character that they didn't give a name. And so the fan base started calling him Jedi Bob. And so he's also this character that has
he just looks like a normal guy.
Yeah, because he's just a dude. And
Wait,
so,
you have him in
yeah,
here
I
somewhere.
have his minifigure. I'll go find it. It's in here. So here, you hold. Actually, no, I'll set this down.
No,
You
two
talk about
microphones.
something.
Okay, guys. So,
Oh, wait, I think it's accurate.
what do you guys think of The Flash, the TV show right now? Cisco left the show this week.
So, I actually have this figure. This is him here. I don't know if y'all can see that very good because the focus might be off. Anyway, yeah, that's Jedi Bob. I got him at there's this like used Lego store place near my house. But yeah, he's another one of those characters who's just like, he doesn't really have any real stories because he was like made up for a Lego set.
Yeah.
So the fan base came up with all this crazy stuff that he did. But yeah, I just think it's funny.
I love it when that happens.
Yeah, so Sixes is my new favorite clone.
Make him canon, Lucasfilm, you cowards.
Do it, Filoni. I know you want to.
Do it. You're a creative director. Do it.
Alrighty.
Give him a whole. Give him a
TV movie. Give him a Disney
Give
Plus
his
show.
own movie, live action. Make it $400 million of budget.
Alrighty, so
I'm
we're gonna
pulling
skip
up.
the reviews because Patrick is gonna be with us next week.
They even came up with a picture for him.
Wait, what does it look like?
It's like a crappy Battlefront.
I love Sixes.
He's part of the 66th Squadron. Sixes, originally designated JF6666, was the most legendary of all of the Galactic Republic's clone troopers. At the beginning of the Clone Wars, Sixes abandoned the original Jedi General, deeming him not worthy.
Let's read the whole thing because we don't have anything else on the docket.
Afterwards, he assigned himself to Jedi Bob, replacing the entire 66th Squadron.
So it was just him and Jedi Bob and no one
the two
else.
became an unstoppable duo. Biography. At the start of the Clone Wars, Sixes abandoned his Jedi immediately after he met him, and he went to seek someone worthy of him. While looking for a new general, Sixes encountered Jedi Bob, who had just returned from single-handedly winning the Battle of Stew John.
That is a battle that happened in canon.
And volunteered to join him, replacing the entire 66th Squadron. The first battle they fought together was called the 42-second battles. That was exactly how long it lasted.
42-second battle.
During the war, Sixes was known to have destroyed more clankers than any other clone trooper.
We should make a whole video about this.
Despite not actually being programmed with a sense of fear.
He just didn't have a sense of fear.
No, the droids. Despite not being programmed with a sense of fear, the knowledge that Sixes was present on the battlefield would cause clankers to turn evilly anyway.
This is an awesome segment.
I'm sorry. On more than one occasion, Six has encountered General Grievous and slapped him across the face.
His face is made of metal. They should change it so in canon the reason his face is metal is because he slapped him so hard his face flew off.
But chose not to put him out of his misery because that would have ended the war.
He could have ended the war and he was just like, no, I don't want to stop.
An unacceptable outcome for Six. Even Count Dooku himself, notorious for his refusal to beg, did just that when he realized Sixes had come for him. The only reason Sixes didn't execute him on the spot was because he felt that the Sith wasn't worthy of his blaster charge. Here's a section on the Great Jedi deletion.
The Great Jedi what?
Deletion, which I believe is Order 66. So there's a fake quote that says, "Get lost, Sheev. I don't take orders from you."
Sheev is Emperor Darth Sidious, if you don't know.
At the start of the Great Jedi deletion, which I believe is
Order 66,
Order 66, Sheev Palpatine accidentally contacted Sixes despite planning to leave him and Jedi Bob out of it, who insisted that he did not need to listen to him.
He's like, no, I don't listen to you.
Intimidated, Sheev apologized and cut the connection.
Darth Sidious is just like, I'm sorry, my bad. Go on ahead.
Was present with 3 members of the Spanish Inquisition. Oh my god, it hurts. Does he come weirdo?
Those are Inquisition.
Bunch of Inquisitioners came to hunt down Jedi Bob against Sheev's orders.
The Spanish Inquisition is canon in Star Wars.
Even though Jedi Bob didn't really need help getting rid of them, Sixes helped anyway because he was bored. and an enemy of Jedi Bob's was an enemy of his. Legacy. After the Great Jedi Hiatus Deletus, Sixes seemingly disappeared along with Jedi Bob. In reality, the two managed to infiltrate the Galactic Empire and began hiring unqualified people to be stormtroopers.
Just to sabotage the Empire?
Sixes would also frequently mess with the AC temperature on Star Destroyers to mess with stormtroopers because he didn't like them.
He went from being so legendary droids with no fear feared him to just like screwing with the Empire by changing their air conditioner temperature.
Eventually, Sixes and Jedi Bob even managed to replace Sheev's bodyguards, with Sheev oblivious that anything changed. That's great. Here's one piece of trivia. Although Sixes did not participate in Order 66, despite being contacted by Sheev, he never actually moved his inhibitor chip. He just ignored the order because he didn't want to carry it out. That's awesome.
See, aren't you glad we went on this tangent now?
Oh my god, that's great. Oh, I also love the Jedi Bob article.
Is it just as memey or is it different?
No, the only memey one is that one.
Yeah.
The rest of it is just like snippets of, like, the Jedi Bob one is just like snippets of actual information.
So yeah, this is canon. This is in my brain. It's canon. I decided it's canon.
They should make it canon. I mean, I don't think any of it affects.
Yeah, none of it really affects like the.
Because Jedi Bob survived.
Well, we already knew he survived, but like other than the Spanish Inquisition thing, like it's pretty much all.
Out.
It all could totally work in canon.
And congrats to the guy who, well, probably multiple people that wrote that.
Yeah, congrats to the one like 8th grader who wrote that during history class. Thank you. Who
was reading a Star Wars comic book.
Who was reading a Star Wars book when
saw
he was
a typo and went, I know exactly what to do.
Yeah. So that's just I think that's the rest is all WWDC stuff, which I know Patrick and the other
I don't know anything about technology.
We'll do all that next time.
Thanks for joining us for the speedrun episode.
Yep, thanks for joining us.
Watch our next one where we're going to talk about all of the pile of E3 stuff that was announced.
Yes. All right. Well, we'll see you
guys. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Next time.
Yeah. Make him canon.